Mic check. Athletic Association abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Riverview High School for the 16th annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase. I'm Casey Claxon here on Facebook Live, WTNS FM 99.3, as well as the Riverview YouTube channel for Lady Bears Soccer. Our opening game here today features the Riverview Lady Bears against the Bishop Rosecrans Lady Bishops. Riverview comes in with a record of 4-0-1, while the Lady Bishops have 1 win and 4 losses on the season. For head coach Dave Kreidler and his Lady Bears, they are coming off a 0-0 tie, a scoreless draw against Berlin Highland. That was back on September the 1st. But before that, they had ripped off 4 straight wins. They defeated Minerva to open the season with a 10-2 victory. They knocked off New Lexington 12-0. A hard-fought match against Philo 4-2. And then a 13-0 victory over Coshocton. Those were their first 4 wins of the season. And then back on September the 1st, they tied Highland 0-0. For the Bishop Rosecrans Lady Bishops, they have had a tough start to the year. They started the season with a 6-0 victory over New Lexington and then fell in 4 straight games. They lost to Fisher Catholic 3-0, losing to Chillicothe 4-1, falling to the Columbus School for Girls 5-2, and then a hard-fought match against Bexley over the weekend, losing 3-0. And most importantly in that game, they also lost several players in the contest due to injury, and that is really going to help. That's really going to hurt them for today because they don't have any bench that's going to be playing. This game was in jeopardy of being canceled earlier this week just because of the injuries, but both coaches have agreed to play 10-on-10. Of course, normally in soccer you have an 11-on-11 matchup, but they have decided to go ahead and play 10-on-10, so Riverview will drop a player, and then it will be a kind of an Iron Man, if you will, ladies soccer match, as all of the players for Bishop Rosecrans will have to play the entire 80 minutes. So the teams are out on the field, and they are being introduced at the moment. Our live stream here this afternoon being provided by Coshocton Dentistry and Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. We will take a quick break and be back to get this one started right after this.
Coshocton Regional Medical Center, where care matters most. Coshocton Regional Medical Center Primary Care Services offers comprehensive health care for the entire family, from infancy through adulthood. Our providers meet your primary care needs with same-day appointments, preventative and wellness care, management of chronic illnesses, and we accept new patients. Call 740-622-0332. Coshocton Regional Medical Center, where care matters most.
Tuck's Bait Tackle, located on Township Road 146, is the place to get all of your fishing and hunting supplies. They have live bait, a large selection of lures, rods, and reels, and are proud to announce the expansion of their hunting supplies, including ammo, bows and arrows, and apparel. If they don't have it, they'll do their best to get it for you. Tuck's Bait Tackle is proud to be able to give back to our community through sponsoring special events and filling back-to-school backpacks for local students. Tuck's Bait Tackle is located at 50051 Township Road 146. You can call them at 740-294-0126 or visit them on Facebook.
This guy has a mattress on the roof of his car. She's putting on makeup while she's driving. Turn signals, people.
It's not you, it's them. But your independent insurance agent has you covered. They'll help you choose the Grange Auto coverage you want for your unique needs. You can't choose who's on the road, but you can choose the right protection for the way they drive.
Call Albertson Insurance at 740-622-0572.
Policy and coverage not available in all states.
Social distancing and the
We
wearing
welcome
of
you
face
back to
masks.
Riverview High School. It's our opening match of the Riverview Labor Day Showcase. It is the Riverview Lady Bears going up against the Bishops from Bishop Rosecrans High School. I'm Casey Claxton here for our broadcast on FM 99.3 WTNS, along with streaming on Facebook Live, as well as the YouTube channel for the Lady Bears Soccer. So we are just underway. And this is a match that will be the first of 6 matches here today. We've got several teams coming in from outside the area. Coach David Kreidler doing a great job of keeping everyone coming into this tournament with outstanding levels of play, as well as mixing in some local teams. So we are just underway here in this one. Lady Bears controlled the opening kickoff, and they are taking on the Lady Bishops from Rosecrans. So we have 39:15 to play here in this first of 6 games. So the Lady Bears controlling the soccer ball at the moment. They have it up front to Bowman. Now it comes into the center, and here is a pass that's going to slide down the right corner. Aaliyah Hardesty giving chase defensively for the Lady Bears. Now it's controlled up top by Lambert for Rosecrans. Hardesty takes it back, plays it with her left foot. As she looks, it gets it out to a centering pass. That's to Kennedy Wright. Wright now changing directions, goes the other way to Emma Samsel. Now it's played back to the goalkeeper, McLaughlin, with her feet, and it will go across the touchline, and the Lady Bears will have a throw in. Of course, we have a decent crowd today. We have lots of folks who have brought their lawn chairs, and they're setting in little, they have X marks the spot you're not supposed to sit in, but any open place you can drop a lawn chair in. Then we do, of course, have folks setting in the bleachers as well. Games are limited to 15%, as most people know. Lady Bears have the soccer ball. They drop it back defensively. That's Kelsey Bowman. Now they drop it inside to Bailey Bowman. She tries to get it through. It's into the 18. Here comes Melanie Giffen, and she will poke it through into the back of the net, and we have our first score of the morning. So Melanie Giffen gets the Lady Bears on the board with 37:44 to play here in our first half. We'll be back with more right after this.
Life is full of uncertainties. What happens to your assets after you pass away shouldn't be one of them. At Raymond James Financial Services, we offer a transfer on death agreement that allows your estate to be held in a brokerage account, so it avoids the probate process and goes directly to your heirs. To find out how to make things easier for your loved ones, call financial advisor Shane Pyle at 622-3110, located in Coshocton. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
The Lady Bears on the board first. Melanie Giffen got Riverview their first score as she poked it in on a pass that came from Bailey Bowman with the assist. And now Lady Bears playing defense. 37 minutes to play here in our opening half. There are 6 matches today, so if you're looking to see some excellent high school soccer, this would be one of those games that you could listen to or watch on Facebook Live. And if you've got nothing going on later today, there are also games taking place at 11, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So Ashland and Rocky River will play game 2 today. Mansfield Madison and West Geauga will be the third game. Dover and Parkersburg South are the 2 teams in game 4. Game 5 at 5 p.m. will be Worcester and Marietta, and then Highland and John Glenn will wrap up the night. So the Lady Bears have the ball down on their offensive half of the field. Have a whistle away from the ball. Looks like it's going to be a direct kick for the Lady Bears. So they're going to bring up Aaliyah Hardesty from her outside defensive position. She's got a good left-footed kick. So Hardesty they'll almost line up like it's a corner kick, as Hardesty will look to serve it into the goal mouth. It goes in there, and it's going to be fielded by the goalkeeper, Michaela McLaughlin, and she will easily pick it up off the wet turf and look to punt it away. 35-30 to go in the first half. The Riverview Lady Bears leading by a score of 1-0. Melanie Giffen got Riverview on the board. Hardesty on the far side of the field. Taps it as it goes out of bounds, and it goes off of one of the Lady Bishops, so it will be a throw-in for Riverview. Now they quickly change directions. Pass comes into the middle to Kennedy Wright. And now that's Katie Williams, as both teams kind of jockey for possession of the soccer ball. Williams centering pass to Bailey Bowman. Now they drop it back to Kennedy Wright. Wright tries to give and go, can't make anything happen. The Bishops' defense punches it out. And now they will try to mount an attack here on the near side of the field. Here's Smalley applying pressure defensively for the Lady Bears. Now Kelsey Bowman steps up. Ball right in the center circle of midfield. They push it forward. Now Bailey Bowman tries to get by a defender. Over to the sideline, that's Emma Samsel now who has possession. Give and go. Bailey Bowman to Samsel. Centering pass comes to a wide open Melanie Giffen, but her shot is high and goes above the goal, and that will be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Bishops. So beautiful morning for soccer. As we were making our way out here to Riverview a little before 7 o'clock to get everything set up today, we saw a little bit of, in the evening they would call it heat lightning, but we saw just a little bit of lightning kind of off in the distance. But it's turned out to be a beautiful morning. Giffen with a header after the goal kick. And now she will look to play it across the field. Nope, she goes down the center. Tries to play a through ball. Now Emma Samsel steps up, applying some pressure. Both teams kind of jockeying for possession. Finally the Bears control. They drop it back defensively to Hardesty. Hardesty with her left foot punches it into the center. Katie Williams now over on the far side of the field trying to chase it down before it goes across the sideline. It's last touch by the Bishops, and Riverview will control. Pass comes into Melanie Giffen. Giffen loses it. It's taken away by the Lady Bishops. That's Abby Solt over on the far side. Now Ella Lambert comes up, and we have a whistle, and that will be against Riverview. So offsides was the call, so it will be an indirect kick coming up for the Lady Bishops. So primarily in the first 7 minutes and 40 seconds of this match, we have seen play dominated by the Lady Bears. They have really controlled midfield and kind of kept it in their attacking half throughout the contest. They lead it by a score of 1-0. This is the 16th year for the Labor Day Showcase. Now here comes the Bishops as they mount an attack on the near side. Kristen Smalley playing defense for the Lady Bears. Good to have her back in the lineup. Now a pass goes into the center. Riverview's defense will turn it away, and we have a foul after the play, and that appears to be against Smalley. So that will bring up a direct kick for the Lady Bishops. So for Bishop Rosecrans, it will be served into the middle by Corinne Porter. Ball's going to be knocked away by Hardesty. Some of the fans asking for handling or a handball, but no call. They let them play on. Ball comes out to the middle of the field, right in the center circle. It's controlled by the Lady Bishops, and now they try a long ball down the center. Smalley turns it away. Emma Samsel coming over to take control of the ball. She gets it back to Smalley. And now they put it out top, going to Bailey Bowman. Bowman gets pushed off the ball. She loses possession. Bishops try to push it forward. Now to Smalley defensively. She brings it ahead, going to Emma Samsel. Lady Bishops now take it away, and they will play the way they face. They drop it back to their goalkeeper, Michaela McLaughlin. And now she will give a centering pass up top to Avery Maxwell. Maxwell tries to go down the middle. It's turned away. And now Hardesty controls it for the Lady Bears. They bring it to the near side to Kennedy Wright. Now down into the corner to Emma Samsel just outside the goal box. And it'll be the Lady Bishops defense knocking it out of bounds. Corinne Porter will punch it away. Here comes the throw in by Samsel of the Lady Bears. Bowman's over there. Samsel tries it once again, and it will be knocked off of one of the Lady Bishop defenders across the end line, so that'll be our first corner kick of the night coming up. So Aaliyah Hardesty will come over to take the corner. We'll see how the Lady Bears line up. They had a play very similar earlier. It was actually a foul that they kind of played like a corner. They're going to line up three at the top of the box, and now Hardesty with that in-swinger left-footed pass into the center, turned away by the Lady Bishops. Now it's back to Hardesty. She punches it in again, and the Lady Bishops defense will rise and get it out of the middle of the field. Here's Carly Dady. Dady has it go off of her foot. Smalley will throw it in. Looking for Bowman. Here's Giffen. And now Bailey Bowman controls. Sends it across the field into the box. That's Katie Williams trying to run it down, but the Lady Bishops get there first. Giffen has it, and she loses possession. The Bishops push it across midfield. Riverview's defense steps up. Hardesty will try to send it back into her offensive third. And now Giffen has it. Trying to go to Bowman. Good defensive pressure there by Jenna McLaughlin of the Lady Bishops. Now a pass comes over to the near side of the field. Emma Samsel running it down offensively for the Lady Bears. Nice little turn. She'll center it into the middle of the box. Couple of bodies there. They're still looking for possession, and the Bishops defense will turn it away. One more time they try to go down that right side. There's a lot of cluster, you know, whenever they get 3, 4, 5 players together, all kind of grouped up. Spacing will help. Now here's Giffen with a centering pass. She was trying to go to Kennedy Wright, but McLaughlin, the goalkeeper, will step up and pick up the loose ball, and now she'll be punting it away. 27-32 to play here in our opening half. The Riverview Lady Bears are leading 1-0 over the Lady Bishops. We welcome you into FM 99.3 WTNS Coshocton. We're also streaming the game live on the WTNS Facebook page, as well as the YouTube channel for the Riverview Lady Bears soccer team. Here's a pass going across the center. Good shot on goal by Williams, but McLaughlin was there to turn it away, and now she will punt it. So 6 matches taking place today here at the Labor Day Showcase. It's the 16th annual event. Again, we mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, that these teams have agreed to play 10-on-10. The Lady Bishops had a tough match where several players were injured over the weekend against Bexley. So that particular game was not able it probably hurt more for down the road than it did just losing by 3. Here is a ball in the center, and Smalley from her goalkeeper position will step up to take possession. That's the first action that she has seen in the first 13 minutes and 45 seconds of this match. It's a 1-0 contest. We've officially played 14 minutes now. And there is Sister Kristen Smalley playing defense. And we're going to see if It looks like they're going to have an infraction. It will be a kick. I'm not sure if Smalley maybe picked up the ball while it was still in play. So it appears that maybe Smalley thought the ball was out of bounds. She picked it up, so they called a handball. So it will be a direct kick for the Lady Bishops coming up. This is a scoring opportunity for the visitors. The ball is sent right to the top of the 18. Hardesty is going to knock it out with her leg. Goes over onto the far side to Giffen. And now she's in a battle with one of the Lady Bishops, Ella Lambert, over on the far side of the field. They push it to the near side now, changing fields and direction. Smalley sends it forward across midfield. Corinne Porter will bang it back into her team's offensive third. And now it's just like a little pinball game, little ping pong back and forth. Hardesty steps up, gets it to Bailey Bowman. And now there's Ellie Tompkins fighting for it. Giffen over on the far side, and they swing it wide to Ella Lambert for the Bishops. Lambert, she's contested by Giffen over there. Now both teams still trying to string together a few passes without being dispossessed. Now a ball is sent down towards the end line, and it's going to be last touch by the Lady Bears. So our first corner for the Lady Bishops coming up.
Corner kick coming up for the Bishop Rosecrans, number 11, Corinne Porter.
So Corinne Porter will do the honors. Looks like that they'll line everybody up at the top. They've got 5 players at the top of the 18. Porter to send it in, and now everyone approaches the goal mouth. They send it right into the 6. Smalley comes out to punch it out with both hands. Good defensive effort from her goalkeeper spot. And now the Lady Bears will go on the attack. They swing it to the near side to Emma Samsel. Samsel. She's battling Paige Moeller. Now they go right side. Samsel heading down into the corner. Centering pass. Defense steps up for Rosecrans to get it out of there. That's Corinne Porter. Carly Dady battling there. Now the ball knocked out of bounds, and Smalley will look to throw it in. Substitution coming into the ball game now for the Lady Bears.
Entering the game, number 6, Cameron McGinnis.
It's going to be Cameron McGinnis checking in for Riverview. Lady Bears had a hard-fought match against Highland a week ago, where they played to a scoreless tie, a draw. Here's a pass going over on the far side to Katie Williams, and she will look to send it towards the goal mouth, but it is well wide of the goal. That could have been a pass or maybe an attempted shot, but nonetheless, it will bring up a goal kick for the Lady Bishops. 22-25 to play here in our opening half. It's the opening match of the 16th annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase. McLaughlin will send it high. It's controlled out of the air by the Lady Bears. That was Katie Williams who got a foot on it to bring it down. Now it's sent across to the middle of the field. Smalley from her outside back position will look to send it forward. There's Emma Samsel. And now both teams looking to maintain possession. They hit it back towards Smalley, and it goes out of play. It will be a throw-in coming up now for the Lady Bears. Another substitution for Riverview.
Lady Bears, number 16, Quinn Hoy.
So Quinn Hoy will come into the game. Hoy, just a freshman. Smalley will come over and take another stab at it. We have 9 all-state players who will be participating in our Labor Day Showcase here today. We've got teams from all over the state of Ohio, including West Virginia represented. Parkersburg South is here. They've got 2 players who were all West Virginia a year ago. Here's Rosecrans on an offensive attack. It will be knocked out of bounds by Bowman. And it will be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Bears. But Taylor Huff plays for Mansfield-Madison. She is one of 9 All-Ohio, or one of 9 All-State players, one of 7 All-Ohio players. Parkersburg South has 2 players that were All-State in West Virginia. That was Sam Martin and Samra Nunn, who were all West Virginia a year ago. And then our other All-Ohio players included Christy Franson from Worcester, Grace Smith out of Dover. She'll be playing later today. Michaela McLaughlin was All-Ohio for Rosecrans last year. She's the goalkeeper. And McLaughlin has the ball go over her head. A good shot on goal there by the Lady Bears. And that's the second goal of the game for Riverview, and that one's off the foot of Emma Samsel. So Samsel scoring with 19:59 to play here in the first half, giving Riverview a 2-0 lead. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is the Mouse Man from RAM 5-Point Auto Sales, and we're rocking this season. We have a large selection of clean, newer vehicles to fit everyone's budget. If you drive by the 5-Point light and don't see what you're looking for, stop and let us know. We'll go find it for you. When you buy a car from RAM 5-Point, we take care of your vehicle for the life of the vehicle. We'll wash your car every 2 weeks for as long as you own it. At RAM 5-Point, 1102 Chestnut is where your driving dreams come true.
A 2-0 score here at Riverview. The Lady Bears leading the Lady Bishops of Bishop Rosecrans after the goal by Emma Samsel. That one coming with 19:59 to play in our opening half. Riverview scored earlier off the foot of Melanie Giffen at the 37:43 mark as they got things started early. So the Lady Bishops have had a tough start to the season. It's just they opened the season with a win over New Lexington, then lost 4 in a row. Riverview just the opposite. They won 4 games to start the season, and then their last match ending in a 0-0 tie. So they are still undefeated to start the 2020 campaign, but they do have just the one scoreless tie. And as I talked to Dave Kreidler earlier this week, head coach of the Lady Bears, it was just such a great match. They played up at Highland. They've got that new all-turf facility up there that's just an all-soccer specific facility. I haven't had a chance to see that yet, but from all accounts, they certainly did it the right way and used a lot of funding raised from the community to put that complex together. But looking forward to maybe seeing that here later this year. So Riverview leading 2-0. We have 18:25 to play in our first half. It's the first of 6 games at the Labor Day Showcase. The Lady Bishops of Rosecrans battling Riverview. Lady Bears with the ball. That's Smalley trying to go into the center to Piper Andrews. Gets away from her. Now it's sent to the far side of the field. Smalley will step up from her goalkeeper spot and play it out with her left foot. Ball right in the center of the field. Now it's pushed to the wide side, right in front of the Riverview bench, as the Lady Bishops will try to mount an attack. That's Ella Lambert on the far side looking. She puts it off the face of Melanie Giffen, and it goes right to midfield. Now it's controlled by the Lady Bears. Now Bowman applying some defensive pressure as Riverview tries to take it back. Lady Bishops bring it to the near side. Paige Moeller tries to send it down the middle on a through ball looking for Parker Farrell. She's not able to do anything with it. Now Riverview has a long ball coming down the side. Here is a shot that just goes wide of the goal. That was Kennedy Wright with a shot attempt. That one coming with 16:52 to play here in our first half. Riverview leading 2-0. We're broadcasting our game today. A lot of times we'll say simulcast. It's almost a triple cast. We've got the game on FM 99.3 WTNS. We're also streaming the game with live video on the WTNS Facebook page. If you want to check that out, just go and search WTNS FM in your in Facebook, or you can also just do that on Google and it should pop up. You don't have to be a Facebook subscriber or a member to be able to see it on Facebook. Or you can also access the YouTube channel for Lady Bears Soccer. You can just go to YouTube and just type in Riverview Lady Bears, and you should be able to access the live stream there as well.
Substitution re-entering the game for the Lady Bears, number 2, Katie Williams.
Katie Williams back into the game. Our public address announcer, Chris Smalley, keeping us all in line up here today. You're doing a good job of that, Chris.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. He came up here and he said, first thing he said to me, he said, "You better put that mask on." No, he didn't say that. You hear that a lot, though, these days. You know, if you have nothing else to say, you can just say, "Put your mask on," you know, and you know you'll be directing it at someone. So we appreciate the crew helping us here this afternoon. We got Andrew Dunlap, who is on the commercial. He is on the camera. Fred Williams is behind me producing our broadcast today, and then Mike Bechtel at WTNS Sports Central helping us out on the back end for FM 99.3. Our live stream broadcast being sponsored today by Coshocton Dentistry. So they are one of our marquee sponsors, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper, helping us with sponsorship here today. So we appreciate them providing the support for the live stream broadcast. And of course, thank you to all of the WTNS advertisers who help support local sports on FM 99.3. 14:30 to play in our first half. The Riverview Lady Bears leading 2-0. Kristen Smalley on a defensive effort there to turn away an attack attempt by the Lady Bishops. And now Paige Moeller will send it towards the far side of the field for the Lady Bishops. It's ran down by Melanie Giffen of the Lady Bears. They bring it into the center to Kennedy Wright. Now they try to go up the middle. Stopped by Jenna McLaughlin. And now Giffen will send a through ball. Goalkeeper Michaela McLaughlin will step up and punt it away. McLaughlin was an All-Ohio player last year. We had started to mention the All-Ohio and All-West Virginia players that are participating in today's event, not only this contest, but the 5 games that will follow. But Taylor Huff was the Division II Player of the Year back in 2019. She plays for Mansfield-Madison. She will be featured in Game 3 today. That's the 1 o'clock game between Madison and West Geauga. But we also have other players that are either All-Ohio or All-West Virginia. Samara Nunn from Parkersburg South, Christy Franson from Worcester, Grace Smith from Dover, Michaela McLaughlin from Rosecrans, Courtney Shuck out of Marietta, Sam Martin also from Parkersburg South, McKinley Mendenhall from Ashland, and Nicola Airbar from West Geauga. That rounds out the 9 all-state players who are participating in the 16th annual Labor Day Showcase. So Lady Bears have possession of the ball, and they own a 2-0 lead over Bishop Rosecrans. Here is a pass going on the right side to Cameron McGinnis. It's ran down into the corner, and the Lady Bishops will turn it away. They get it out to Caitlin Wilson. Wilson to Parker Farrell. She will send a through ball that Kristen Smalley will run down. She passes back to sister Rachel Smalley, and she will knock it out with her right foot into the hands of, or to the feet of Bowman. Now Bowman will go to Williams right into the center, top of the 18. Got away from her just a little bit. It was almost a 1-on-4, but she was not able to keep possession, and the Lady Bishops will turn it away. Now a through ball coming the other direction. Parker Farrell. She's battling Kelsey Bowman down in the corner. Both players looking to maintain possession. Bowman slides. Farrell pops up, and now it's controlled by the Lady Bishops. Caitlin Wilson. She goes against Piper Andrews. Andrews comes away with it, but she passes it right to the feet of Paige Moeller. Comes back into the center. Smalley and Smalley will come towards it, and Rachel Smalley, the goalkeeper, will pick it up, and she'll look to punt it away. 11:07 to play here in our first half. Riverview leading by a score of 2-0. Got a couple of substitutes over on the far side of the field. Riverview to get some fresh legs. We mentioned that Rosecrans will be playing. They just have 10 players today. So this is a 10v10 match. Coach Dave Kreidler offering to drop a player to make it 10-on-10 even aside throughout the contest. This game was in jeopardy of possibly being canceled, but both coaches agreed to go ahead and play it and just have 10 players on the field. Pretty good punt by McLaughlin. It's going to be ran down by Kristen Smalley. She'll drop it back to sister Rachel, and she will bang it forward.
Good ball. Win that.
Pass right across midfield. And now it will be controlled by the Lady Bishops. They're playing mostly north and south. Most of the Bishops' passes are trying to play a long ball or a through ball, something over the top. But the Lady Bears defense has really stepped up to try to contain that attack. Here comes the throw in by Moeller. Gets it to the feet of Wilson. They pass it back to Moeller. Hardesty stepping up from her defensive spot. Looks to push it ahead to Andrews. Andrews battles the offense of the Lady Bishops. Now there's a little pushing and shoving by Parker Farrell, and they are going to go ahead and blow a whistle. And it appears that it was pushing and shoving both ways, but the foul's going to go against Riverview. I mean, you could clearly see those hands extended, but the foul's going to go against the Lady Bears, so a scoring opportunity here as they're going to be able to serve it right inside the 18. Corinne Porter will serve it with her right foot to the top of the 18. Ball right there on the ground, and now Bowman will get a foot on it to Smalley. Now they bring it forward to Bailey Bowman. It's going to be a 3-on-3 attack for the Lady Bears. Bowman dribbles, pushes it to the left side. She won't be able to run it down. It'll be controlled by Jenna McLaughlin. She'll push it forward to Allie Berry. And now the ball goes out of play, and we'll have a couple of substitutions coming in.
12, Emma Samsel, and number 20, Ellie Tompkins.
So Samsel and Tompkins back into the game. .8:20 to play here in our first half. The Riverview Lady Bears leading by a score of 2-0. Ball at the top of the 18 of the Lady Bishops. And now that Bishop defense trying to get it out of there. Now here's a through ball over the top by Tompkins, and it will be ran down by the goalkeeper, Michaela McLaughlin. And that will be a punt coming up from her. So an All-Ohio goalkeeper from a year ago gets it almost to midfield. Good placement to one of her teammates over on the far side, Ella Lambert. Ball going out of bounds, and now it will be the Lady Bears with a throw in. That is Aaliyah Hardesty. Gets it to the feet of Tompkins, and she will play it down to the far corner, and it will be controlled by the Bishops. They turn it back to the inside. Now it's out to Ella Lambert, right on the edge of the sideline. They try to bring it back to the middle. Kennedy Wright steals it for the Lady Bears to Bowman. Gets hacked right at the top of the 18. Both players go down. The ball is picked up by the goalkeeper, but the officials just say it was an even 50-50 ball, and they'll just continue to play on. So McLaughlin lays it down, and now she will pass it to the far side. Giffen wins it out of the air. Williams pushing it forward. Now it's pushed out defensively by the Lady Bishops as both teams looking to control. Here's Bailey Bowman with a long ball, and it will be scooped up by the goalkeeper, McLaughlin. Now she'll roll it out on the near side to Moeller. Moeller to Wilson. And now the ball just kind of bouncing back and forth between both teams. Lady Bears come away with it. Here's a give and go. They've got a ball right inside the 6, and McLaughlin comes out to win it. Bailey Bowman had a shot at it. She played it around the defender, but McLaughlin did exactly what she was supposed to. She came off her line to win it and end the scoring threat by the Lady Bears. 5:45 to play in our first half. Riverview leading 2-0. Our first of 6 games at the Labor Day Showcase. This will be the only contest that we will be broadcasting live on FM 99.3. We'll have a couple of more live streams coming up in games 2 and 3 on the Lady Bears YouTube channel. But we appreciate WTNS Coshocton and the support for bringing the game on the radio as well as their Facebook page here in this opening game, first of 6. So if you're looking for some good high school girls soccer, this would be a great place to come out and see a few games today. Plenty of seating, of course. You can bring a lawn chair. They've got designated seating areas that you could drop a lawn chair. They've got, of course, some seats in the bleachers. Here's Smalley controlling it for the Lady Bears. They try to push it into their offensive third. Bowman has it. Wide open on the outside is Emma Samsel. Samsel puts it back towards Williams. A header there goes right to the goalkeeper, McLaughlin. But a nice string of passes in succession by the Lady Bears. They mount a good offensive attack through the air. McLaughlin punts it beyond midfield. Hardesty brings it down. Now Ellie Thompson will control to Bowman, to Williams. She was looking for a give and go, but the defensive there for the Bishops able to stop that offensive threat. Jenna McLaughlin wins it. Now sends it to the far side to teammate Ella Lambert. Hardesty steps up, wins it for the Lady Bears. Ball on the far side of the field. Going to be pushed into the middle, and it's going to be won there by the goalkeeper, McLaughlin. Ball punted by McLaughlin right to midfield, and Hardesty will win it. Goes out onto the far right side and is over there with Melanie Giffen on an offensive threat. Is there a whistle? Yep, they're going to, looks like, call her for a foul, so it will be a direct kick coming up. Controlled by the Lady Bishops. Now they have a centering pass that comes into the middle by Corinne Porter. Porter drops it back, give and go to Porter. Now she'll try to send it through. She was looking for Carly Dady. And now Dady will give it back to Porter. Porter to Dady again. Now they swing it near side. Both teams kind of all bunched up together. Spacing will help open up some of those passing lanes. Now they're trying to go a through ball to Dady. She can't get to it. Here's Tompkins defensively for Riverview, stepping up. Dady wins it, now pushes it forward. We're under 2 minutes in the first half. Kristen Smalley now has it and will send it across midfield. She connects with Bailey Bowman. Bowman's got some space, has a player out on her far right. Will send a through ball into the middle to Williams, and she's got a foot on it, but McLaughlin, the goalkeeper, comes out to stop that scoring threat. So now they're going to blow a whistle, and they're going to, it looks like they're going to give possession of the ball to Rosecrans. Not sure if they called offsides or what, or maybe just because of the collision between the two players. It appeared that McLaughlin got there first. And now she will send a low hard drive right to the center spot of the field. It will be won by the Lady Bishops. We're under a minute here in our first half. Kristen Smalley will run down that through ball defensively for the Lady Bears. Turns the corner. Able to connect with Emma Samsel. Now back to Smalley. They push it ahead. Tompkins has it. She'll go to Bowman. Now a through ball up the middle. Going to be sent to Kennedy Wright. Jenna McLaughlin will run that down. She plays it back towards her goalkeeper. Michaela McLaughlin will bang it out of there. Now the Lady Bears trying to go right at midfield going up against Abby Solt, but it will be the Lady Bears with a throw in as the ball tailed out of bounds. Now here's Tompkins. Bowman, final seconds of the first half. Here's a long through ball to Williams, and she puts a foot on it right before the end of the half, and Michaela McLaughlin had to make a save as the horn was sounding. But after 40 minutes of soccer, the Riverview Lady Bears have taken a 2-0 lead over the Bishops of Bishop Rosecrans. So 40 minutes in the books, another 40 to go. Our halftime score, Riverview 2 and Bishop Rosecrans nothing. We'll be back with more right after this.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
For the past 20 years, MRV Siding Supply has been selling top-rated Viwinco windows. That long-standing history gives you a trusted source from a place that you know. Viwinco offers black windows carrying more argon gas to help keep the cool air in and the hot air out this summer. Viwinco windows also have standard double-strength glass, increasing noise reduction. That's MRV Siding Supply with 3 locations in Millersburg, Newark, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Call 800-524-7436.
For the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry.
Over the years,
Dr.
we've
Brian
been asked
Dunlap
a lot of
and
questions,
Dr. Patrick
like
Lopper.
why is our bank
Visit
any different than those big city banks?
To learn more about
After
their
all,
practice
most
and
banks offer the
services
same
and
products
meet their
and services.
outstanding staff.
The difference is our people and our service. We give you the one-on-one, first-name, friendly service that you deserve. The Home Loan Savings Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC.
Buckeye Beverage Barn in West Lafayette has carry-out salads, pizza, calzones, and their new wings. Place your orders at 545-9525. Buckeye Beverage Barn has the area's best selection of domestic and imported beer, pop, sports drinks, and more with all the convenience of their drive-thru. See them for snacks, bagged ice, salads, and delicious pizza. Order yours tonight at 545-9525. Drive through and see them 7 days a week at the Buckeye Beverage Barn on Main Street in West Lafayette.
We welcome you back to Riverview High School for girls high school soccer here on FM 99.3 WTNS. We're also streaming live on the WTNS Facebook page if you want to check out the video. And our live stream today being presented by Coshocton Dentistry and Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper at Coshocton Dentistry. Visit their website at CoshoctonDentistry.com. And if you would also like to see the broadcast, you can see it on the Riverview Lady Bears YouTube channel. You can just simply go to YouTube and type in Riverview Lady Bear Soccer, and you'll be able to watch the live stream on YouTube this morning as well. So we have played 2 minutes of soccer, or excuse me, we've played 40 minutes of soccer. We have a score of 2-0. And just as I was ready to go over my scoring recap, my papers blew out of the press box. But I think I have a pretty good memory as far as who had scored our goals. In the 3rd minute of the match, Melanie Giffen got the Riverview Lady Bears on the board as she was able to take a through ball from Bowman, put it in the back of the net, and give Riverview a 2-0 lead. And the Lady Bears, really controlled a great deal of that first half. They were able to kind of control the entire contest. Thank you. They were able to control the contest from the opening whistle. There were a few opportunities in the first half where the Lady Bishops had a couple of scoring opportunities. But Giffen gave them that 1-0 lead, and it gave them a little bit of cushion and kind of got things off on the right start for the Lady Bears. And then in the 20th minute, it was Emma Samsel finding the back of the net, almost the midway point of the first half with 19:59 to play in the opening half. And Riverview was able to put the ball in the back of the net, and that made it a 2-0 lead. So it's been an exciting morning of soccer here on FM 99.3 WTNS. The Lady Bears playing the opening game against another local team for Bishop Rosecrans. Michaela McLaughlin has really been a bright spot for the Lady Bishops. She's their returning All-Ohio goalkeeper, but she kind of leads this team. And she, along with Jenna McLaughlin, Corinne Porter, have put in fine efforts. And we've also seen outstanding play from basically all of the defensive players that have started for the Lady Bishops, because it's been an offensive attack by Riverview throughout the contest, and they've really done a great job of turning away shots. One coming right there at the very end, right before the half, that McLaughlin was able to turn away and keep it at a manageable 2-0 match. Our Labor Day Showcase has a host of sponsors from Coshocton County as well as other businesses throughout the area. Our first game here this afternoon, or this morning rather, is being sponsored by Claxon Custom Printing and Promotions and Claxon Communications. Game 2, which will be coming up at 11 o'clock, is Ashland and Rocky River. That is sponsored by Midwest Energy Services. Game 3, Mansfield-Madison and West Geauga, sponsored by Knox Community Hospital. Game 4 has Dover and Parkersburg South, brought to you by Coshocton Chiropractic. Worcester and Marietta, Game 6, sponsored by Berlin Village Antique Mall. And then our 6th and final game of the night, that one is at 7 p.m. That will feature Highland and John Klin, and that is sponsored by the Hummel Group. Our final game tonight can also be heard on WKLM, FM 95.3 out of Millersburg. Matt Croy will have the play-by-play for you tonight in the Highland John Glenn game. So you can listen to that contest on 95.3 or just visit the WKLM website and you'll be able to hear the live stream audio of that contest as well.
So we are about 2 minutes from kicking off the second half. Riverview leading the Lady Bishops of Rosecrans by a score of 2-0. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Crino's Pizza in the downtown plaza has new football season specials. You can get 2 large, 2-topping pizzas for only $21.99 any day of the week. We have increased our delivery drivers to help you get your Crino's pizzas, subs, and salads even faster. We have daily specials available for delivery, carry-out, and dine-in. You can order online at crinospizzaco.com or give us a call in Coshocton at 740-295-9611.
In life, you get what you pay for, and you always look to save a little extra cash. But when it comes to your car, do you really want to cut corners? Or do you want to make sure, in the event of an accident, you get your vehicle fixed the right way? Brillhart's Body Shop will give you the quality, attention to detail, and satisfaction you deserve when getting your vehicle fixed. Give Brillhart's Body Shop a call at 740-622-0121 or stop by 622 Main Street in Coshocton. Keep your vehicle on the road with new tires or mechanical work from Shriver Tire Service. Shriver Tire offers new tires for passenger, truck, and farm vehicles, as well as light mechanical work. Custom wheels are now available, as well as financing. Shriver Tire is now an authorized dealer for Falcon Tires. For more information, stop by 2171 Otsego Avenue or give them a call at 622-6989.
Hi, this is Lydia from the Coshocton Coffee Connection. Whether you are headed to work or going back to school, start your day with us. Try one of our made-to-order breakfast sandwiches or our biscuits and gravy. Sweeten your day with our new made-from-scratch cinnamon rolls, scones, muffins, or Amish-made cream sticks. We open at 6 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Stop by the Coshocton Coffee Connection at 750 South 2nd Street.
Let Domino's cook dinner for you. All day, every day, get a large 3-topping pizza, and now our handmade pan pizza with 3 toppings, 2 layers of cheese on a crispy golden crust for only $7.99. Carry out only. Don't miss out on this great limited time offer. Call us in Coshocton at 622-9345 or in Newcomerstown at 498-4131.
We welcome you back to Riverview High School. It is girls high school soccer on FM 99.3 WTNS. The Riverview Lady Bears leading the Bishops of Rosecrans by a score of 2-0. Riverview getting goals from Melanie Giffen and Emma Samsel in our first half. Lady Bears got on the board in the 3rd minute on that goal by Giffen. Samsel scored about 17 minutes later. And now the Bishops will control the opening kick here to start our second half. Now we have a whistle right after play resumed that they will stop the clock, and we'll see what that is about. Our live streaming today, you've got a couple of platforms that you can watch the game if you would like to see it online with our radio broadcast from WTNS. But you can check it out on the WTNS Facebook page, and you can also watch it and listen to the contest on the YouTube channel for Riverview Lady Bear Soccer. So we appreciate the efforts of Mr. Steve Martin from out here at Riverview. He had a late night last night getting all of the internet connection put together and making sure that we had everything all set and ready to go here for today's contest. So thank you, Steve, for everything you've done for us. Michaela McLaughlin with the soccer ball after a ball pushed into the 18-yard box. McLaughlin is the goalkeeper for Rosecrans, and she will punt it away. Gets it down to one of her forwards, Parker Farrell. Farrell has a player open on the far right side. That's Ella Lambert. Lambert now being chased down by Aaliyah Hardesty, and the ball sent across the end line. That will be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Bears.
Appreciate the crew helping us with our broadcast today. Andrew Dunlap is on our main camera. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, Fred Williams engineering the broadcast here behind me up in the press box, and thanks to Mike Bechtel back at WTNS, helping coordinate things on the FM 99.3 side of our simulcast today. Here's Bowman for the Lady Bears, pushing it down towards the end. Left-footed pass coming into the center. It's going to be gobbled up by McLaughlin. A little breezy today. I don't know if you can kind of hear the wind through our radio broadcast or our video webcast today, but it is a little windy. It's kind of a crosswind as we look out and see the flag kind of blowing towards the corner. Here's Hardesty with the ball. Now Bowman. She will play it ahead, looking for Giffen, and it goes across the touchline. And a throw-in coming up for the Bishops. Abby Solt will throw it in for Rosecrans. Giffen almost gets to it. And now there's Porter, puts a foot on it. Now to Farrell, and Farrell is fouled by Hardesty. That'll be a direct kick coming up for Rosecrans. We've played 3 minutes here in our second half. Rosecrans trailing Riverview 2-0. This is our first of 6 games. Game 2 will be coming up after this one. That'll feature Ashland and Rocky River. That game will be sponsored by Midwest Energy Services. And here's a ball sent towards the 6. And it's one out of the air by Giffen with the header. Now Bowman puts a strike with her noggin on it, and now she will dribble it ahead. Kelsey Bowman looking to go center to Katie Williams, but it's won by the Rosecrans defense and turned back towards midfield. Kennedy Wright chases it down for the Lady Bears. Over on the far side of the field. Now a centering pass into the middle to Bailey Bowman. It goes off of her foot and across the end line. Goal kick coming up for Rosecrans. This is the 16th year for the Labor Day Showcase. And we mentioned some of the players that have been all Ohio or all West Virginia in the last year that are playing today. There's also been a number of kids who as youngsters played in this event in the past that have gone on to play at the Division I level. Abby Alinsky out of Rocky River went on to play at the University of North Carolina. She had a short stint at Illinois before going to UNC. She had played here for Rocky River. Bailey Cartwright from Greensburg Catholic, currently playing at Notre Dame. She played for Greensburg Catholic a few years ago when they made the trip from Pennsylvania. Michaela Schmidt, who played soccer for Morgantown, played at the University of Texas San Antonio at the Division I level. Kay Young out of Chippewa went on to play her collegiate soccer at the University of Cincinnati. And then Taylor Huff, who is one of our participants today. She was the Division II Player of the Year last year for Mansfield-Madison, but she is committed to the University of Tennessee, so she will make her home collegiately on the soccer pitch as a volunteer after her high school career is through. The Lady Bishops have the ball in the corner, trying to mount an attack. Here is a shot. Decent look at it by Corinne Porter, but that goes high over the goal. So a shot on goal by the Lady Bishops. Rachel Smalley defending the goal for the Lady Bears today. She will take the goal kick. Both teams will look to regroup after a whistle by the official. It went against Riverview, so it will be about a 40-yard service coming up for the Lady Bishops. Ball sent right into the box. It will be won by Smalley with ease. And Smalley will look to punt it away. 33:15 to play here in our contest. It is a 2-0 lead for the Riverview Lady Bears. Smalley's punt goes out of bounds over on the far side of the field. Throw in coming up for the Lady Bishops. Ball won by Kennedy Wright over on the far side. Now we have another foul. So another direct kick on its way from Rosecrans. They'll play it short, bring it towards the near side. Abby Solt battling Giffen. Giffen wins it. She puts it ahead to Williams. She's got a one-on-one opportunity coming up if she can get by the defender. And defense wins this battle. So great play there by Jenna McLaughlin to turn away Katie Williams. It goes to the outside to Emma Samsel. She will push it into the center, and McLaughlin comes over to win it. Bailey Bowman tried to chase it down, just couldn't get to it. We don't have heights in our program or on the rosters, but Michaela McLaughlin appears to be, I'm going to say she's probably 5'11", maybe 6 feet in height, but she is towering over any offensive player that comes into that box. She is quite the player. She was an All-Ohio selection last year for Bishop Rosecrans. And now McLaughlin runs it down and wins that battle. Rosecrans a year ago had an outstanding season. They were 12-8-2, and they were a regional finalist a year ago. Tom Hutchinson is their head coach. On the other side, Dave Kreidler's 2019 squad finished the year with 11 wins and 6 losses. Here's the Lady Bears with the ball inside the 18. Haven't seen a shot yet, but both teams trying to mount some passes together to try to string 2 or 3 passes together to build an attack, whether it be offensively or just to get it out of there on defense. Giffen gets it into the center. It's to Kennedy Wright, and she's going to push her. Excuse me, that's Bailey Bowman. Puts a little poke on it that went right to the goalkeeper. So Wright and Bowman both up front, but Williams with a good pass to get it into the middle. Here's Smalley applying defensive pressure, now to Wright. And it will be controlled by Corinne Porter. Leah Hardesty steps up to win an errant pass. She pushes it ahead to Williams, back to Hardesty. And now to Melanie Giffen. She'll switch the field, tried to go far side. She was looking for Emma Samsel, but the ball deflected and knocked across the end line. Smalley will throw it in. So 30 minutes to play here in our contest. We had a 2-0 halftime score, and our scoreboard still reads 2-0. Now here's a shot off the post and in. Make it a 3-0 game. Melanie Giffen with a rocket.
17, Melanie Giffen.
Hit the left post and went in. That makes it 3-0 in favor of the Lady Bears. That score coming with 29:49 to play in our contest. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Ridgewood General Store has a little bit of everything you need. They have a large variety of delicious sandwiches, fries, deli, meat and cheese, locally raised meats, big city cappuccinos, vast array of bakery items, bubble teas, and produce. They also carry all your Ridgewood apparel. Stop by the Ridgewood General Store, 101 East Main Street in West Lafayette. The Ridgewood General Store, bringing great things to great people.
Melanie Giffen makes it a 3-0 game on the assist from Bailey Bowman, and Riverview puts their first ball in the back of the net here in the second half. They led 2-0 at halftime, and Giffen's second goal of the game stretches their lead to 3-0. This is a 10-on-10 match. Riverview deciding to drop a player after Rosecrans went through some injuries in their match with Bexley over the weekend. and they were not able to field a full team of 11. Only had 10 healthy players, so Coach Dave Kreidler opted to just play 10 on 10 because Rosecrans had brought up the idea of postponing this game and not playing it. But both coaches agreed that they would play it 10 on 10 here this morning. So it's our first of 6 games that we've got lined up today at the Labor Day Showcase. It's our 16th annual event. Passes over on the far side to Smalley. Defensively, she will knock it out of play for Riverview. Rosecrans have had some good looks at it. Their best opportunity came about 10 minutes ago where they had a decent shot on goal. It was wide of the net. But Smalley has just had to come up and make a save or 2 on scoring opportunities for Rosecrans. But, you know, their best chance went wide right. Now the Lady Bears will look to mount the attack. Here is Bowman controlling it. She'll continue to push it to the near side. It's won by the Bishops. Giffen steps up. She will take possession. They'll give and go pass. Williams to Giffen. She's off to the races again. Pulls it back. Now gets it into the center. And over on the far right side, that's Emma Samsel over there, and she couldn't get a strong foot on it. But it was last touched by Rosecrans, so that will be a corner kick coming up for the Lady Bears. This will be their first corner of the second half. So Leah Hardesty is going to go run it down, and will look to serve it in with their left foot.
Corner kick for the Lady Bears, number 11, Aaliyah Hardesty.
Our live streaming today being brought to you in part by Coshocton Dentistry. We want to say thank you to Dr. Brian Dunlap as well as Dr. Patrick Lopper for providing funding support for our live stream of this opening match. Hardesty's corner kick came in play and then went out of play. He's got that in swinger with that left foot. Michaela McLaughlin will look to serve it out with her right foot from her goalkeeper spot on the goal kick. 26-10 to go in this contest. 3-0 in favor of the Riverview Lady Bears. Tompkins wins that ball out of the air, pushes it inside the 18. Now it's down in the corner. Jenna McLaughlin will try to push it out from her defensive spot. Now it's pushed into the middle. Avery Maxwell will get it out of there. Clearing pass, goes up across midfield, and Carly Dady has it over on the far side. Little push there against the Bishops on Smalley. So the foul's going to go against Dady and not Smalley. Does that surprise you, Dad? Yes. Yeah. Chris Smalley's up there in the press box. He's constantly saying, easy, oh, you know. But she maintained her composure, right, Dad? Okay, it's all good. It's all good, yeah. It's good to have her back out onto the field. I know she had her, is it okay to talk about that? Yeah, all right. Kristen, I'm asking Dad permission, but Kristen was red carded in the opening match. We hadn't played maybe 15 minutes in their opening night match against Minerva, and Kristen was red carded. And under the rules of the OHSAA, they review those red cards, and they determine whether or not it's a 2-game suspension or a 4-game suspension. And they actually gave her a 4-game suspension. So this is her first match. So she missed the 4 in between. Is this her first or second one? Oh, second game back. Okay. So so she had missed, 4 games and is finally back to be playing. So it's good to see her out there. But so maybe she, kind of took it easy on that play. She wasn't retaliating, wasn't pushing back.
You're told her to play harder and smarter.
Oh, harder and smarter. That's right. Good advice, Dad. So we have a corner kick coming up for the Lady Bears. So Leah Hardesty will go down into the corner and do that. Yeah, and just to talk about that ejection again, That just seemed really out of place. I mean, you can tell, sometimes I don't want to pick on officials, but it looks like that maybe the official jumped the gun on that particular play. Here's the service into the center. Great attempt there by Melanie Giffen, but equally a good save by McLaughlin to be right there in front of the shot on goal and get the save. But Giffen got a good foot on it, just kind of redirected it, but McLaughlin was there to make the save and end that scoring threat by the Lady Bears. Now here's Rosecrans. Ella Lambert will have it on the far right side. She looks for Parker Farrell, and Farrell kind of pushing the ball into the corner to Lambert. That's Bowman applying pressure. Bailey Bowman. Bowman has it go off of her foot and out of play. So a throw-in coming up. Bishops will look to throw it in. And there was a violation on the throw. Got to keep those feet down. Substitutions into the contest for the Lady Bears.
Substitutions for the Lady Bears. Now entering the game, number 6, Cameron McGinnis. And number 8, Piper Andrews.
So McGinnis and Andrews into the contest. Chris, are you here all day?
I'm here till 2.
Oh, Chris, yeah. Chris Smalley is our public address announcer. He says he's on the clock till 2. Great day of soccer here at the Labor Day Showcase. So we invite you to come on out. If you're in the Warsaw area, would love to have you here. Got plenty of seats. You can bring a lawn chair. They've got lawn chair seatings kind of marked out where people can be right up on the edge of the field. So they have X. I mentioned this earlier. They have X marks the spot, but the X means don't sit here. So sit in one of the empty spaces. Maybe our cameraman Drew Dunlap on the next break can get a shot of the X's. We can show those to some people. So it looks like we've got another substitution into the game.
Entering the game, number 16, Quinn Hoy.
So Quinn Hoy checking in. Drew, give us a shot of one of those, the X's down there. See, right? Look at that. See, there's a X is the spot you're not supposed to sit in. No treasure there. So 21 minutes to go here in our opening match. Riverview leading it by a score of 3-0. Pass comes up into the center. That's Katie Williams. They push it back to Piper Andrews. Now to Bowman. To Andrews. She's pushed off the ball. And they come right towards midfield. Through ball going to Farrell. Farrell's got an opportunity. Gets into the box, and her shot goes wide right. Good defensive pressure there by Bailey Bowman. And they're going to say it was last touched by Bowman, so this will be an offensive opportunity for the Rosecrans, for the Lady Bishops of Rosecrans. This will be their second corner kick of the contest. So Corinne Porter will do the honors. So Porter will place it down. Lady Bear defense has a player on each post. Smalley right at the back post from her goalkeeper spot. Front post defender comes out. Bowman gets a foot on it and turns it away. Lady Bears coming away with Quinn Hoy. Pushes it forward up towards Williams. Comes back to Hoy. And it goes across the sideline, and a throw-in will be coming up for the Lady Bishops. Or nope, they're going to say that Riverview's going to throw it in. Here's a throw going inside the box. Michaela McLaughlin will scoop it up. I see our buddy Dave Davidson, one of the officials. Chris, do you have the officials for the first game? So I do know Dave Davidson is one of them. Steve Wooten is our center official, and who's the linesman on the other side? Cindy Miko. Okay, so those are our three officials today. And I think that some of these officials, that maybe they're going to do 2 games. Sometimes they'll stay and do 2 as the ball sails high above the goal and out of play. Smalley watches it. She'll have a goal kick coming up. We got here bright and early at 7 o'clock to kind of get everything set up. And there was already soccer being played. I think the Riverview boys were practicing at 7 a.m. this morning. So all those cars over there, and they were out. I was like, boy, Coach Kreidler's got his team here early. No, it was the boys' team. They were practicing. They wanted to get their work in before they had got everything going here anyway. But a beautiful complex, beautiful scene. Just such an outstanding event. And this was always a vision of Coach Dave Kreidler over the years to put together an event like this. And when they put it together years ago, they often talked about having an event that could feature some of the best teams in Ohio and some of the best teams from surrounding states. And it was an event that was built to entice good teams, good players to come, and then likewise give college coaches the opportunity to come and see those players all play in one location, all play on one day, and typically do it on a day that they're not playing. So with the way that the high school soccer season has turned out, many college teams may not be playing here in the fall. So we are expecting some, maybe even more college coaches to get out and see some of these players play today. Lady Bears defense, that's Hoy who pushes it out across midfield. The Lady Bishops will control now as they enter into their offensive third. Giffen turns away a pass, and now it kind of bounces back and forth. Hardesty for the Lady Bears has it. She'll get it to Williams, and now Williams will play the ball through as that is sent forward to Cameron McGinnis, and she can't chase it down, but McLaughlin from her goalkeeper spot will come to win it right near the top of the 18. She'll drop it to the playing surface and now serve it out. It goes to midfield to Katie Wilson. She tries to go over the top, and Aaliyah Hardesty will knock it away defensively for the Lady Bears. Kennedy Wright with possession to Bowman, and now they try to go into the right corner. One of the Lady Bears is chopped down. That's Cameron McGinnis. She pops up. Now McGinnis wins the ball back and looks to take it ahead. She gets down inside the 18. Defense comes up, wins the ball. Both players hit the slippery surface and falls to the turf. And the ball eventually knocked out of play. And we've got another substitution for the Lady Bears. So Kelsey Bowman back into the game for Riverview. They lead it by a score of 3-0 with 15:25 to play here in this contest. First of 6 games today. We'll have this one for you in its entirety on FM 99.3 WTNS. We'd love to have you come out and see the games 2 through 6. We will have a couple of live streams of some games today. Games 2 and 3 will also appear on YouTube for the Lady Bears soccer channel on YouTube if you want to check that out. Our live streaming today being provided by Coshocton Dentistry, courtesy of Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Here's a ball coming into the center. Lady Bears pushing it ahead, and is that, ooh, good shot there by Cameron McGinnis. It went side net, almost fooled me. But McGinnis just missing the goal mouth, and it will be a goal kick coming up. So McLaughlin will look to serve it. .20 to go. Lady Bears got on the board in the 3rd minute of the match as Melanie Giffen made it a 1-0 game with 37-43 at the beginning of the contest. Emma Samsel, 17 minutes later, knocked in a ball to make it 2-0, and that was our halftime score, 2-0. And then Melanie Giffen scored her 2nd goal with 29:49 to play in the contest to make it 3-0. And that's been all the scoring that we have had. So it's been a pretty good match so far. The Lady Bishops have had some opportunities on a couple of corner kicks. I think they've played a better second half than they did back in the first. They may have just been a little bit tired in the very beginning. They had a hard-fought match over the weekend and a 3-0 loss to Bexley. But they were able to, I think once that first goal was scored by Giffen, that really kind of woke them up. But they have played a little bit stronger. It's tough to get out of bed as a high school kid and play a soccer game at 9 a.m., especially if you got to travel, ride up in a car to Warsaw, and then get ready to play. And here's a shot by the Bishops. Farrell goes off of Hardesty. Now it's dropped back towards midfield. Two players battling for it. That's Kennedy Wright to find some clearing space. Gets it to Hoy. Hoy now pushing it forward. And it's going to be won by the Lady Bishops on the defensive end. And that will be Jenna McLaughlin who will play it forward to Ella Lambert. Lambert has it go off of her foot as she was battling Melanie Giffen. And now a throw in will be coming up for the Lady Bishops. Abby Solt will toss it in. So Giffen and Corinne Porter collide, and they'll say a foul was against Porter. So Aaliyah Hardesty will do the honors with the direct kick right in front of us here. And Hardesty will send it with her left foot. Won by Porter out of the air. Porter and Giffen again going at it. That's been a good battle today between those two midfielders. Here's Solt with left foot. Back to McLaughlin. Now to Porter as it goes across the midfield stripe on the far side of the field. They push it ahead. Linesman raises the flag and offsides is called. Game 2 coming up this morning at 11 o'clock that features Ashland against Rocky River. That should be a great matchup. Game 3 today, Madison out of Mansfield, Madison, and West Geauga. Will be our third contest. Then games 4, 5, and 6, Dover and Parkersburg South, Worcester and Marietta, Highland, and John Glenn to wrap up the night. We will have the Highland-John Glenn game on our sister station, WKLM 95.3 out of Millersburg. And you can listen to that contest on the radio or hear it on the WKLM website. Matt Croy will have the play-by-play. I know he's eagerly awaiting that contest coming up a little later tonight. Here's a ball inside the 18 that Smalley will come out to win. Kind of playing with the defender just a little bit. 10 minutes remaining here in our contest. 3-0 in favor of the Riverview Lady Bears. Smalley will punt it well beyond midfield. Rosecrans defense looking to play it down. Now the ball is loose. The goalkeeper, McLaughlin, comes out. And one of the Lady Bears, I believe it was Cameron McGinnis over on the far side, kind of beat her to the ball. But the ball eventually went off of McGinnis's foot and will bring up a goal kick. So McGinnis is going to leave. Sampson will come back in. And the goal kick coming up for the Lady Bishops. McLaughlin eyeing Parker Farrell. Now that's Emma Samso over on the far right side. Lady Bishops defense will turn it away. And Smalley will run it down. Smalley to Kelsey Bowman. Looking for a give and go pass with Emma Samsel. And eventually it goes across the sideline. And that'll bring up a throw in for the Lady Bears. So Samsel will toss it in. They play it back to Samsel. She strikes it low and hard. Comes back towards the sideline. Now they drop it back to the defense. Bowman putting it in. Giffen with a head on it. Approaches. Ball between two players, and McLaughlin comes out to win it. Had to get there in a hurry, or Giffen was going to have her third goal of the match. This ball gets by Hardesty defensively. Bowman comes over to help, and she will play it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Rachel Smalley. She bangs it right toward midfield. Jenna McLaughlin to win it. Now Katie Williams to Hoy on the left side. And we have another whistle. Looks like this is going to be an infraction against Riverview. So approaching 7.5 minutes to play in the contest. Riverview leading it 6-0. Service by Jenna McLaughlin. Gets it over on the far side to Avery Maxwell. She runs it down. Maxwell beats Smalley towards the box, and her shot is wide left. Had a good look at it, but just not able to put it on goal. Smalley asking for movement as she will now approach. Her right-footed service goes past midfield. Rosecrans will chase it down, and they drop it back to the goalkeeper on the other side of the field. McLaughlin puts it in the air. Giffen wins it with her head. Now it's pushed out to the right side. And Corinne Porter has a foot on it. She tries to push it ahead. Farrell. Hardesty steps up, takes the ball away from her. Here's Hoy winning it for the Lady Bears. Now she goes on the attack. Hoy pulls it back to Giffen. Got a couple of players looking through. They go to the outside to Tompkins. Tompkins with a foot on it and plays it, and it's outside the goal mouth. Save made by the goalkeeper, and they're going to let McLaughlin punt it. It looks like she almost went out of bounds, but they say play on. They're going to let her punt it. But a good look by Emma Samsel as we near 5.5 minutes to play in the contest. Smalley chasing down the loose ball. Good battle over there with Caitlin Wilson. Little push off by Wilson. They continue to play on. And Wilson will now drop it back to Farrell. Farrell sends it. Looks like she was trying to cross, but Bowman got a foot on it and it goes out of play. So a throw-in will be coming up for the Lady Bishops. Inside of 5 minutes now. Riverview up 3-0. Here's a throw-in inside the box. Bowman will bang it out. Looking for Tompkins over, who has dropped back from her outside mid spot. To the middle of the field, Corinne Porter runs it down. Now she'll go right side to Ella Lambert inside the box. Aaliyah Hardesty has to get on her horse to take it away from her. She gets it out near the sideline. Great pass up top. Katie Williams, little one-on-one situation, but the defense able to take possession. McLaughlin comes over to get it, gives it to Jenna McLaughlin. And now it will be pushed towards the middle of the field to Porter. Smalley takes her pass, puts it back into the center. Goes off of the head of McLaughlin, or Porter rather. Now to Katie Williams, looking for a through ball. That's going to be stuffed there by McLaughlin. Now Kennedy right, give and go. Williams to right, just couldn't get a solid foot on it. Going to be scooped up by the goalkeeper. McLaughlin will punt it. Here's the punt by McLaughlin. One by Bowman out of the air. Now to Kelsey Bowman. Bailey Bowman to Kelsey Bowman. Now it's pushed out to the far side of the field. That's Caitlin Wilson over there with it. Goes off of her foot. And it'll be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Bears.
Number 4, Cindy Canada.
We got a lot of substitutions.
Number 22, Leah Collins. Number 23, Abby Wright. Number 27, Bridget Bible. And number 30, Carissa Beagle.
I believe most of you could hear our public address announcer, Chris Smalley, announcing the substitutions coming in for the Lady Bears. So Riverview has emptied the bench with 3 minutes to go and a 3-0 score. Rachel Smalley still in at goal. She will serve the ball to the middle of the field. Here's a pass that goes to Farrell in the center. She's got goal mouth in mind. She gets forward. Bowman's able to stop her. Ball still outside the 18. Ella Lambert now battling Bowman. Bailey Bowman pushes the ball across the sideline. Oh, actually, it's last touch by Rosecrans.
Substitution for Riverview entering the game, number 9, Madison Graham.
So Graham checks in for the Lady Bears. She will relieve Hardesty. Graham will throw the ball in. So the Lady Bears appear to be on their way. They're 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from win number 5 on the season. Lady Bears won their first 4 matches of the year, had that 0-0 tie. Here's a ball sent inside the 6. Smalley will pick it up. They tied Highland a week ago in a 0-0 draw. Rosecrans, on the other hand, had won their first game as they defeated New Lexington, but had dropped 4 in a row. They were kind of decimated by injuries in their match over the weekend against Bexley, so they've only got 10 players dressed today. Riverview opting to play 10 as well. So under a minute and a half to go in this one. Ball pushed into the center of the field. Now they get it inside the 18. Smalley will snag it. Ball served in from about 35 yards out. And now Smalley will punt. Good punt across midfield. Under a minute to go in the match. Ball goes across the sideline, and the Lady Bishops will toss it in. Here's a throw into Caitlin Wilson. Drops it back. Defended well by the Lady Bears. Looks like Michaela White over there with a foot on it to push it away defensively for Riverview. Now it comes to Farrell. Farrell going down the right side with 20 seconds to go. She'll serve it into the 6, and it will be won out of the air by Smalley. And we're down to just 10 seconds now, so this one all but over.
9,
just the last few ticks of the clock. Smalley's going to go ahead and punt it from midfield as the clock will run out. And the Riverview Lady Bears are victorious here in Game 1 of the 2020 Labor Day Showcase. Our final score, Riverview 3. The Lady Bishops of Bishop Rosecrans, nothing. We'll be back to start our post-game show right after these messages.
Live streaming for the Riverview Labor Day Showcase is being presented by Coshocton Dentistry, Dr. Brian Dunlap and Dr. Patrick Lopper. Visit CoshoctonDentistry.com to learn more about their practice and services and meet their outstanding staff. Coshocton Dentistry, wishing good luck to all the teams participating in the 16th Annual Riverview Labor Day Showcase.
Petticord Rice Auction Realty is a full-service auction and real estate company. Whether on-site or online auctions, their auction staff handles every aspect of your auction, from setup to completion. And for real estate, they walk you through all the necessary steps of buying or selling your property. They would love the opportunity to serve you. For appointments and free consultations, call 740-622-3111 or visit their website. At Petticord Rice Auction Realty, they don't just list homes, they sell them.
And we welcome you back one last time to Riverview High School as the Riverview Lady Bears are victorious in Game 1 of the Labor Day Showcase. Riverview taking a 3-0 victory over Bishop Rosecrans. The Lady Bears got 2 goals in the first half, added 1 more in the second, and win this one by a score of 3-0. Melanie Giffen got the Lady Bears on the board in the 3rd minute of the match as she knocked in a loose ball to put Riverview up by a score of 1-0. Emma Samsel made it 2-0 with 19:59 to play, and our score remained 2-0 at the break. And then 10 minutes into the second half, Melanie Giffen scored her 2nd goal of the match on an assist by Bowman, that one coming with 29:49 to play in the contest, and the score remained 3-0 through 80 minutes. So the Riverview Lady Bears coming up with a 3-0 victory over the Lady Bishops of Bishop Rosecrans. It's been an exciting morning of soccer. We've got 5 more games that are going to be played here at Riverview throughout the rest of the day. Game 2 that will be coming up next at 11 o'clock will feature Ashland against Rocky River. Mansfield-Madison will play West Geauga at 1 p.m. Dover and Parkersburg South will connect at 3. At 5 o'clock, that'll feature Worcester and Marietta. And then the final game of the day will have Berlin Highland going up against John Glenn. And we will have the Highland-John Glenn game on the radio on FM 95.3 WKLM. If you're outside the listening area, you can visit the WKLM FM website and listen to that game live on the internet. So we appreciate everyone joining us for high school soccer here this morning at the Riverview Labor Day Showcase. Special thanks to Mike Bechtel back at WTNS Sports Central for helping engineer our broadcast. Thank you to Mr. Drew Dunlap for the camera work. If you've been watching on Facebook Live or watching on the Lady Bears YouTube channel. And finally, Mr. Fred Williams, engineering things here and producing our live stream at Riverview. So I'm Casey Claxon repeating the final score. It was Riverview 3, Rosecrans nothing. Have a good Labor Day weekend, everyone.
Folks, but Casey is actually up here in the booth.